We just got one of the best episodes in Pokemon Horizons thus far. Pokemon Horizons Episode 18 focuses on Freed's backstory with Captain Pikachu and the brave Asagi. The episode started with Liko, Roy, and Dot being super interested as to why Captain Pikachu could fly during their battle last time. So they went to ask Freed to tell them about Pikachu's awesome skills. At first, he didn't want to, but after some help from his childhood friend Orla, they all managed to convince him to narrate their backstory. It all started with a phone call. Freed and Ludlow were just fishing on Ludlow's boat called Asagi, when Freed receives a phone call from none other than his former teacher and Liko's mom, Ruka. They meet up in a restaurant where we see this clever cameo of Larry, which got me super excited. They basically just talk about life, like how Ruka decided to marry and have a kid, and how Freed decided to quit being a Pokemon professor. The next morning, Ruka invites Freed to the forest because she wants him to meet this mysterious Pikachu. Just as the sun begins to rise, Pikachu starts training and uses some sort of volt tackle to propel himself to the air. This actually reminds me of the time Pikachu hopped over the hurricane made by Misty's Gyarados back in their Sun and Moon battle. This leaves Freed and Charizard wonderstruck, especially after seeing Pikachu fly amazingly before touching the ground. Since then, Freed starts observing and befriending Pikachu. Their relationship was quite rocky in the beginning, and at one point they even have this headbutt fight which totally reminded me of Ash's Pikachu vs Leon's Charizard. But they slowly and surely became friends as the episode went on. In the end, Freed joins Pikachu in his training, and they both witness this mesmerizing view of the horizon, Pokemon Horizon. But Pikachu loses his concentration and falls off, but luckily, Freed saves him. And in a typical Pokemon fashion, Freed asks Pikachu to be partners, and it agrees. Soon after, Freed gets Ludlow's permission to take over the Asagi boat, and asks Orla to rebuild it in exchange for letting her join his team. So this gives birth to the Rising Volt Tacklers, and Freed names the new ship as a Brave Asagi, and assigns Pikachu as the captain. This episode really is one of the best in Horizons. The bond between Freed and Pikachu had a natural progression. Charizard was also really fun in this episode with his facial expressions, and that one cheering scene reminded me of Dawn the Charizard in Pokemon Chronicles. The scene of Baby Liko almost meeting Freed was really cute, and I love how it eventually went full circle today. It's also funny how Freed said that having kids isn't something he's prepared to do in life, but now he's basically parenting these 3 kids on the ship. This episode just had something magical in it with how cool Pikachu was introduced. His bond with Freed wasn't forced at all, it kind of was a unique way of capturing a Pokemon. And all the little details happening in the background, like the Larry cameo and Pokemon playing with themselves, make this episode genuine and heartfelt and fun to watch. And so, I'm confidently giving this a 9 out of 10.